Hello everyone, and welcome to Toy Review, hosted by yours truly, Ranger Board's asshole himself, Red is Power. But you can call me Sonic Ranger if you like. So, with that introduction out of the way, let's get to today's review. Nicole, what are we reviewing today?
Today's review: Transformers Robots in Disguise, Toys R Us exclusive, Scourge.
Hey, what's up everyone? Sonic Ranger back with the next toy review, a redemption review of the toy review number 15, Transformers Robots in Disguise Scourge. Just because it's the 10th anniversary of Transformers Robots in Disguise today. Stating as of September 8th, 2011, this is indeed the 10th anniversary. So, I felt it was best to give this figure one more chance at a better review, seeing how it really was not one of my top best. If anything, it really wasn't that good at all back then. I didn't have that many subscribers, I didn't have that many friends, but now that I do, maybe, just maybe, this figure might finally get some interesting points. Just maybe. Coming from you guys, let's hope so. So, okay. Here he is in his truck mode, or cab mode, whichever one you want to call it. Clearly, it's just a repaint of G2 Optimus Prime, Laser Optimus Prime. Just Hasbro took out the electronics. There's no wires, no batteries, no lights, no sounds, no nothing that's got anything to do with electronic features. The only thing it does is you press this button right here, and this is where all the sounds and the lights would be. But since Hasbro took that out, that's it. End of story. So that is a bit depressing, seeing how much you actually pay for this figure. Honestly, this figure was $60 retail price at Toys R Us when I got him a long time ago. So, he also has a weapon, a hidden weapon, since it can fit in here, but it might actually get all jumbled up and broken. Hasbro recommended on the instructions that you pull it out of the back of his ass. So, he has the Sword of Omens. Sorry, the Sword of Fury, as he called it in the show. It's pretty cool. It's translucent. You can actually see my finger. Now you can see my finger. Yeah, you can see my finger now, can't you? So yeah, pretty cool. It lights up. No light piping, but it's just the way it's actually designed. With the G2 Optimus Prime, his light feature was also in his right hand, if I remember. And if you put the sword in his hands and you press the button on the back of the cab, it actually lit up in the dark, which was kind of cool. Still, a bit disappointing they didn't have it. So yeah, what a shame. Anyway, to transform him, we're just going to flip down the legs because it's obviously his legs. You can definitely tell. Split them apart. Bring out the arms. Bring down the shoulders. Pull this down. Out pops the head. Rotate it. Slap it down. Slap that back up. Get everything adjusted. And there you go. There's Scourge in his robot mode. Or is it? This is what the back of his package showed. This was his robot mode. That was definitely an oversight. This is his robot mode. Simply pull a Rodimus Prime right here. Arise, Nemesis Prime, or Scourge back then. And there you go. There is Scourge in his complete robot mode. He grew. He's not a midget. Remember that, Hasbro. The next time you try to re-release this figure, he's not a midget. You can also put the Sword of Fury in his hands. Like so. Any hand, doesn't matter, but I like it in his right hand. It just looks better in his right hand. So yeah, if you're a lefty, put it in his left hand. If you're a righty, like most of everyone around this whole entire world, it goes in his right hand. And again, I'm sorry I called it the Sword of Omens earlier. Clearly, it does not give you a sight beyond sight. If anything, it gives you hell on earth. Much better. Sword of Fury. Give him hell on earth. I like it. It's pretty cool. So for articulation, Scourge head rotates. It also looks up a little bit, but that's due to transformation. Shoulders rotate just 90 degrees. You don't want to break it. They fold in and out. They fold in and out like so, but that's due to transformation. Bicep swivels just, I'd say 180 degrees, not even 360, no. Yeah, 180 degrees. Elbows bend 90 degrees. Wrists do not rotate. Waist rotates like so, full 360 on a ratcheting joint. That's kind of cool. Legs go up, back, in and out on a ratcheting joint, which you can hear it. Bends 90 degrees. Feet pivot up and down. And that's it. That's it for articulation. What else could you ask for back then? It was an awesome repaint of one of the best articulated Optimus Prime back in the 90s. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And that's pretty much it for Scourge. I mean, awesome colors. Chrome's a bit of a shame. I don't like chrome figures, but since it is Scourge and since it is Robots in Disguise, I'm not going to paint over it. I'm just going to show it some respect. So I'll get all this out of the way and we'll go ahead and get to the next part, which is his base. Oh, I gave it away, didn't I? I meant his oil tanker. Pretty much it turns into a base, like I said. And look at all this chrome on it. There's a lot of chrome. This is the main hazardous part of this whole entire figure. The most dangerous part of it is all this chrome will chip. It will chip if you are not careful. It's already happening to the back of his tire rims. Both sides are starting to chip. And I don't play with this figure. I never really did play with him. I've only displayed him in a lot of modes. So that would explain why the base / the oil tanker is starting to chip. It's not chipping anywhere here or anywhere over here. It's just the tire rims, but it's just because of the way that the base station is actually designed. Bring this down. Out pops a gun that Scourge can actually put in the palm of his hands. Don't matter which hand. Come to think of it, if you actually put the Sword of Fury in this hand, he's got double the power. A sword and a blaster. So he's bringing a knife to a gunfight. So yeah, double the power for him. Okay, we're going to split this apart now. We're going to take this, rotate it down, and out come a few pieces actually, just a few pieces. Don't matter. We'll get to those in a moment. We're going to flip it up now. Get Scourge out of the way again. And we're going to hit this lever right here. Bring this down. Pull this out. Rotate it around. Pull this out right here. This can also fit in Scourge's hands, this turret. Slap that on. It's on a ball joint. Very nice. Bring out this air pump rocket launcher, and there you go. Scourge's base. Not all of it on the camera. I am terribly sorry about that. I am awful at this. I really am. It's too big to really get it all on camera without showing the back of my room in the background. But still, whatever. It's okay. Bring Scourge back in here. Take off the gun. It has a place of its own. Turn that around. Pop them in. Nope. Wrong way. My mistake. It's been a while. Pop it in. Pop it in. Well, gee whiz. Which way did it go? Here I am screwing up on Toy Review 101. Yeah. Maybe I need to go back to Class Transformation 101. Just going to set Scourge back here, and you can see the size compared to him. It's massive. It truly is big. And for another size comparison, just for the heck of it, Dark of the Moon, Voyager, Shockwave. How did I forget that name? So yeah, you can see that back then, Voyagers, I guess you can say Voyagers, were pretty big compared to today. So yeah. Bit of a shame, but whatever. whatever. I like the old scale. It didn't matter. But if it saves room, whatever. So, what does it pretty much do in this mode? It fires. It's an air-powered rocket launcher. Depending on how hard you hit it is how far it actually goes. It doesn't go too far since it is pretty old, but if you actually press it down pretty hard, it will fire. Or, if you actually take your fists and fist pump the thing, it will fly. It will fly. It will go across my whole entire room. Which isn't too big, but it's good enough. So let's just set this aside for now. He's got 5 of these disc launchers for this disc launching platform right here. Just simply turn this turn this dial, and there they go. They're flying out. Yes. And that one went somewhere, which I'm not going to go find it right now during this review. Put Scourge back up. And we're going to turn this thing around. For storage, you can't fit this one in here, which is why the rocket itself, there's 2 air rockets. The only problem is there's only room for one in this storage compartment. You have to put the other one back on the launcher itself, and then you have to close it up, which is why it's bent at the nose. Blow drying it would probably flatten it out again, but it would take a while, and I'm not going to do it right now. Also, he has 10 spring missile launchers. 10. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 in storage. 5 you have to keep in this launcher, which is why, with a simple thump, well, okay, it's not doing it now, but the springs are getting pretty old and they're starting to fall apart, which means they're not really holding the missiles, as you can see now. So yeah, I just ruined the thing, whatever. Still, I kind of dig it. I mean, it is on a ball joint, actually. You can get it in any position you want, and it will fire on its own. Like I said, the spring's getting old, mainly the middle one. But still, I dig it. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there really isn't anything else. Except for the gun turret itself can go up and down, side to side, about that far, and that's really it. I mean, it will rotate a full 360, since it is just a simple peg in the hole. And, yeah. I mean, that's all the accessories. That's all the playability for Scourge. And I have to be honest, I don't know why, but seeing it back then for $60, I think it could have been just a little bit cheaper. Just a little bit. I mean, $60, that's really a lot. Including today. I mean, $60 for something like this? You'd be crazy. I mean, Ultimate Optimus Prime, I paid $60 for him. And I'm not going to explain how. You'll have to figure that one out on your own. But, I don't know, just something about it. I feel like I got gypped back then. But I'm glad to have him. I'm a big Robots in Disguise fan. I love Scourge. Scourge is an amazing character. Definitely the best characteristics of an evil Optimus Prime. The very first, in fact, which is why he's now called nowadays Nemesis Prime and not Scourge. Not Scourge, Scourge. They need to call him Scourge. Forget Nemesis Prime. It's a total waste of a name. It may sound like a darker Optimus Prime name, but seriously, it was Scourge first. It's going to be Scourge forever. Like R.I.D. forever. I am a big fan of Transformers Robots in Disguise. I love the show. I love the toys more than the show. But still, Robots in Disguise is forever in this house. So, do I actually recommend Scourge? Actually, I really do. He's an awesome figure, and he's really hard to come by. Not saying that you can't find him on eBay or anything, but he is high in demand. His price is outrageous. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Go look up the Takara version, and you will see that the prices have skyrocketed over the past few years. But other than that, awesome figure. well worth the buy if you can actually get a hold of one. At a cheap price, I wish you the best of luck. So with that, guys, his final grade, I'm going to give him a 4.5 out of 5. Just because they cheaped out on G2 Optimus Prime a little bit, taking out his electronics. So that's it, guys. That's the end review of Transformers Robots in Disguise Scourge. If you have any questions or comments or any request reviews, leave them below. I'll answer them as soon as I get a chance. And until the next toy review, guys, this is Red as Power / Sonic Ranger signing out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.